Hello, my name is Serena Torres. I'm a rehabilitation engineer and I create prosthetics for people who may have lost a limb, a toe even, and just being able to help them through their process of designing a prosthetic they can use for daily life that allows them to have their function back. I typically work in an office, not an office, more of a research lab. You're probably wondering how I got here in the first place. Around 9 years old, my dad showed me a photo of a robotic arm in a UCF magazine. And in this magazine, the robotic arm was connected to somebody's head. They had allowed the prosthetic to be neurally transplanted into the arm, and I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. So I thought, I want to do that. So I studied hard and I signed up for the PERT at my high school. And from there I was able to transfer into Valencia as a dual enrollment student, starting my college education in 11th grade. After I had graduated with my AA before high school, I got both of my diploma from Valencia and high school at the age of 18. So that's pretty crazy. And then I applied to UCF in their biomedical program, which I worked hard for, and my AA allowed me to have a head start in that aspect. Both took about 60 credits to complete, and as of my payment methods, my AA was covered through dual enrollment, and my UCF diploma was covered through my 100% ride from Bright Futures, and a couple of scholarships along the way. My job does require me to have at least a bachelor's and a master's, if I want, basically. And it requires me to also work as an assistant in technology and to pass the RESN exam and have the certification for that, which I did pass. Typically I work from 9 to 5 like any kind of person, but my job is in a lab, and the equipment I'm using it to design other prosthetics. And I'm typically in a healthcare office from time to time, working with patients who have become physically disabled. And in that, I'm able to tell them how to use the prosthetic to best suit them. And if there's any adjustments that need to be made, then I can make those adjustments. As a rehabilitation engineer, I make about $74,000 a year. The average depends, but right now I'm making $74,000 a year. The bigger question was, what was the purpose of me even becoming an engineer? An engineer, you tend to need a lot of different qualities, so what was my purpose for becoming an engineer? And I too asked myself that, but I think I can explain now. As a child, school was really hard for me, but through my struggle, I was able to learn and master topics and teach it to other people. And only now I've been able to see how that's shaped me, and I've been able to find my purpose through helping others in their struggle and growing stronger when stress is applied. And as a rehabilitation engineer, that is the main job. People are going through a big struggle, and you are helping them through their struggle, teaching them ways they can reprocess their brain. Even though you gave them a prosthetic, it doesn't always work out very well, so you have to be there to help guide. As an engineer, I have always had to problem solve for my own studies. So problem solving and finding solutions of how to make artificial legs. Also, engineering aligns with a lot of my strengths. I'm a context, I'm a learner, I'm resourceful, I'm a believer, and I'm an achiever. And all of those things are wrapped in engineering and so much more. So as an engineer, I'm able to problem solve and figure out these studies and be able to teach others how to figure out their solution, and we can all come together as a group, which is something of being a restorative that I really love. And I love achieving. I love to get to the end and figure out the final product. So as an engineer, that's all you want at times, is to figure out, how do I solve the problem? And those two go hand in hand. So I also love being able to teach people how to use my robotics and my prosthetics to overcome their challenges, and it's so rewarding to see. Also, as an engineer, you need the math skills, you need creativity, you need communication skills, and being able to analyze and think. All of these things, they all play into becoming an engineer, and if you don't have all those things, it's going to be very difficult. So being able to creatively communicate and solve the unsolvable problems as a result is what engineering is all about. We're not trying to make something repetitive here. We're trying to make something new that can work and that will be able to help others who may have even harder problems. Some people lose all of their legs and all of their arms. How do we make that cheaper? How do we allow that person to have the same benefits as somebody who has all their arms and legs?